pyramid in Peru, built to look like a volcano, leaves archaeologists baffled. The structure dubbed El Volcan appears to be modeled on the form of a volcano. But, researchers are baffled by its shape, as there are no volcanoes nearby. The discovery of a stairwell and ancient hearth suggests it housed ceremonies. They also dated the rare occurrence of 4 total solar eclipses over 110 years. Archaeologists have long been perplexed by a bizarre structure built hundreds of years ago in Peru that appears to be modeled in the form of a volcano. Situated in the Nepina Valley, there are no volcanoes in the vicinity of the prehistoric pyramid, or any similar artificial structures that resemble its shape. In a new investigation, researchers uncovered a collapsed stairwell inside the mound leading to a mud plaster floor, and a hearth containing charcoal and shell. And, radiocarbon dating has revealed the unusual occurrence of 4 total solar eclipses at the site over the span of just 110 years, suggesting it may have been used to celebrate the victory of the moon over the sun. The strange pyramid, also referred to as a mound, was first identified back in the 1960s. While it's not known exactly when it was built, its proximity to the late formative center of 900 BC to 200 BC, of San Isidro suggests there may be a link to this period. The researchers explain in a new study, published to the journal Antiquity. It stands roughly 15.5 meters tall, 50.8 feet, and has a strange crater-like feature dug into the top. Since its discovery, scientists have been baffled by the structure. When viewed from a distance, the site resembles a volcanic cinder cone, such as the one in the Andiwa Valley in southern Peru, and we have therefore named the site El Volcan, the authors wrote. It should be noted, however, that there are no volcanoes in the vicinity of El Volcan to serve as models, nor indeed are any other examples of volcano-shaped structures known from Peru or elsewhere. Over the years, researchers have suggested several explanations, leading to 2 prevailing hypotheses, one arguing that the crater is the result of looting, or erosion later in its life, and another suggesting it was originally constructed to resemble a volcanic cone, and could be tied to astronomical events. In the new study, however, the researchers argue that subsequent activities, or natural processes are not likely to have created the feature. The researchers dug a trench on the south wall of the crater, revealing a collapsed stairwell, a row of adobe bricks, and a fragment of a mud plaster floor 2 meters below the surface. They also found the remains of an ancient fireplace below the center of the inner core. Radiocarbon dating of the hearth has traced the feature to about AD 1563, with a potential range from AD 1492 to 1602. And, during this time, the researchers discovered something very unusual, a rare cluster of 4 total solar eclipses. As total solar eclipses in any single location occur by chance about every 360 years, the probability of 4 eclipses occurring in 110 years is 0.0003 by the binomial expansion, the authors wrote. The inhabitants of the area would have had no previous experience with such a cluster. It is even less probable that 4 eclipses would occur in the observed range of 32 years between the eclipses of AD 1521 and 1543. According to the researchers, the people living in coastal Peru at this time, known as the Yungas, would have greeted an eclipse of the sun with joy, not fear, unlike the Incas. By climbing to the top of the nearby San Isidro mountain for a better view, where there are platforms that align with the December solstice sunset, the researchers discovered that any ceremony at the site would have been visible from where they stood. While it remains unclear why the structure was built in this shape in the first place, the find suggests the pyramid may have had ties to the solar eclipse, at least in its final days. Possibly the El Volcan hearth was a place celebrating the victory of the moon, and the sea, over the sun, and the land, the researchers concluded. It could also have marked the final use of this unique structure,